Hey y'all, the truth's got to be said. The last few decisions from the Cowboys might have done more harm than anyone's ready to admit. This team is stuck, and with the offense struggling to get it together. Is the front office just throwing the season away? Now, what nobody's talking about is that bringing Amari Cooper back might just be the only thing that can save the offense. But does that really make sense, or are we just trying to fix what's already been broken? Or worse, is the front office's lack of vision costing us another season of frustration? So, Cowboys Nation, what do y'all think? Is bringing back Amari Cooper the key to redemption, or is the front office just covering up the problem? Drop your comment and let me know if it's time to move on or if we've got to fix the mistakes from the past. Hey y'all, the AFC and NFC wildcard games are here, and you better believe football fans across the nation are chomping at the bit for the action. This ain't your regular season game, this is the playoffs, baby. Now these wild card matchups, they're a whole different beast. The AFC games kick off first, then we get down to the NFC battles. Each one brings its own story. You've got your heavyweights who are looking to show they deserve that spot, and then you've got the underdogs always lurking and ready to make a splash. Ain't no time for second chances here, folks. It's do or die, and only the best teams get to keep marching forward. So let's kick things off with the Chargers versus the Texans. The game is set for Saturday at 4:30 p.m. Eastern Time. And let me tell you, this one's going to be a barn burner. On one side, you've got Justin Herbert, the young gunslinger for the Chargers, who's out here looking to notch his first ever playoff win. On the other, there's C.J. Stroud, the rookie sensation for the Texans. This kid's already making waves in his first year, but now he's got to prove he can stand up in the big leagues under the brightest lights. Now, Kyle's all in on the Chargers. He's singing Herbert's praises, talking about how the kid's been hot as a firecracker lately, with players like Keenan Allen catching balls and Austin Eckler plowing through defenses. The Chargers got all kinds of weapons to work with. The Texans' defense is going to be tested like never before. But the real story here is, can Herbert make that jump and get his first playoff win? Or will Stroud keep impressing and remind us why Houston took a shot on him as their future? Here's the kicker, though. Who's got more to prove in this one, Stroud or Herbert? I mean, Stroud's just starting his career, and there's still a lot of folks who doubt whether he's the real deal in the NFL. But Herbert, he's already shown he can play. But the boy's still searching for that first big win when it matters most. This game's got to be personal for both of them, and the outcome's going to shape how we look at these two quarterbacks for years to come. But hey, enough talking. Let's break it down. This game ain't just about the quarterbacks. It's about which team can handle the pressure when it's time to shine. The Cowboys' playoff hopes. Well, y'all know the Cowboys news has been on fire lately with trades, injuries, and all kinds of rumors swirling. They've had their ups and downs this season, but we all know that in the NFL, anything can happen. All right, folks, gather around. Let's talk about a game that's fixing to heat up this wild card weekend. We're looking at the Pittsburgh Steelers going head-to-head with the Baltimore Ravens, a classic AFC divisional rivalry. The Ravens come in as the clear favorites, sporting a 9.5-point spread, but don't go counting out the Steelers just yet. They've been down on their luck lately, losing 4 straight, but if there's one thing about Pittsburgh, they've got a way of throwing a wrench into a good story, especially when you least expect it. Now let's talk about the Steelers and what's got everyone buzzing. It's George Pickens, y'all. He's been about the only bright spot for Pittsburgh's offense this season, which has been looking sluggish. If the Steelers want to pull off an upset, Pickens is going to have to turn up big time. But don't sleep on the Ravens' defense. They've been wrecking quarterbacks all season long. Lamar Jackson is another beast when he's out there for Baltimore. And if the Steelers are going to have any shot, Kenny Pickett's going to need to step up too. Mike Tomlin's playoff track record has been shaky, but if Pickens catches fire, anything can happen. Kyle's thinking the Ravens will likely cover the spread with Lamar's legs, making it tough to stop him. Still, he's not totally counting out Pittsburgh. The Steelers' defense is a wild card, and if they can mess with Lamar's rhythm, it could turn the tide. But it's going to be a hard-fought battle. Tomlin's got to shake off those playoff demons if he wants to keep his job. If Pickett can get the offense going and Pickens can take over, maybe they'll surprise us all. But man, it's going to be tough against that Ravens defense. Hey y'all, let's talk about this weekend's matchup between the Green Bay Packers and the Philadelphia Eagles. We've got a rematch coming at you, and things sure got spicy with this one. It's scheduled for Sunday at 4:30 p.m. Eastern Time, and let me tell you, this game's going to be one to watch. The last time these two teams met earlier in the season, the Eagles came out on top after Packers quarterback Jordan Love went down with an injury. But hold up, things have taken a twist for this game. Both quarterbacks, Love and Jalen Hurts, are still in concussion protocol, so the stakes just got real high. Now, remember Pete's prediction earlier this season? He had the Packers pegged for Super Bowl contenders, but with all these injuries and defensive struggles, he might be rethinking that one. Love's shown some flashes of brilliance, but he's been a bit up and down. The Packers defense? Well, they haven't exactly been able to keep up with the top dogs in the NFC. As for the Eagles, they're a powerhouse, y'all. Strong defense, dynamic offense. Even if Hurts can't go, backup quarterback Gardner Minshew could step in and lead the charge. This situation just adds a whole new level of unpredictability to the game. But what does this all mean for the Cowboys? Well, as we look at the landscape of the NFC, it's hard not to wonder where the Dallas Cowboys fit into all this. We know they've been exciting to watch this season, but they've got their own hurdles to clear, just like these other teams. The Cowboys' future is on the line, and y'all can bet this next stretch of games is going to tell us a lot about where they stand. So, Cowboys fans, what do you think? Will these upcoming games surprise us all? Or will the Cowboys make their mark and come out on top? What's your take on their chances, especially with the ups and downs of this season? Drop your thoughts in the comments, like the video, and be sure to hit that subscribe button for all the latest Dallas Cowboys news and updates. Don't forget to ring that notification bell so you never miss a thing. We want to hear from y'all. Let's talk Cowboys. Now let's take a step back and look at the big picture. The NFC is shaping up to be one heck of a battleground this season, and the Dallas Cowboys are right in the thick of it. Sure, we've seen some inconsistency from them. Some games, they look like the true contenders we've been waiting for, and other times they show us some of the same struggles that have haunted them in recent years. But here's the thing, the Cowboys have got talent. Dak Prescott's leadership, Micah Parsons' defensive prowess, and the depth of their roster still make them one of the teams to watch. Even with their ups and downs, they've got a chance to prove that they can hang with the best of them. As the season progresses, it's clear the Cowboys will need to tighten things up both on offense and defense. But if they can harness their potential, especially in the face of adversity, they might just surprise us all when the playoffs roll around. The big question is, can they remain consistent enough to make a deep run? Or will they be left to pick up the pieces after another season of close calls and missed opportunities? So, Cowboys fans, what do you think? Are the Cowboys ready to rise to the occasion? Or will this season end in frustration once again? We want to hear your thoughts. Drop them in the comments below. Hey y'all, Cowboys fans, grab a cold one, and let's talk some football. Now, I'm about to hit you with some Dallas Cowboys news that might get your heart racing a bit. I know we all remember the big old disappointment from last season, right? The offense just didn't hit right. But what if I told you there's a familiar face who might just come back and change all that? Yeah, you heard me right. But before we get into that juicy bit, tell me, which player from the past would y'all love to see back in that Cowboys jersey? Drop it in the comments while we fire up this conversation. So, after that tough 2024 to 2025 season, we all know the Cowboys have got some work to do. The offense needs help. CeeDee Lamb can't do it all by himself, and we sure as heck need some life back in the run game. Things aren't looking pretty behind Rick D, and I think we can all agree on that. Now here's where it gets interesting. Rumors are flying around that a name we all know might be back on the Cowboys' radar, Amari Cooper. Yep, the four-time Pro Bowler who made some noise in Dallas before he got traded to the Browns back in 2022. Remember that? The trade that had fans scratching their heads and wondering what in the world was going on? Fast forward to today, and Cooper's been with the Bills, but his 2024 season was quieter than expected. Still, the dude's got game, no question about it. Imagine Cooper back on the field with CeeDee Lamb. This could be just what the Cowboys need to get that offense back in gear. Now think about it. If the Cowboys bring back Amari Cooper, they wouldn't just add a solid wide receiver. They'd also be fixing a mistake from the past. They could keep that 12th pick in the 2025 draft for something else, like improving the offensive line or maybe shoring up that weak running back group. The impact of bringing Cooper back would be huge, y'all. So now I've got to ask, do y'all think that Amari Cooper coming back is the key to getting the Cowboys back on top? Or should Dallas stick to the draft and find some new blood? Let me know your thoughts in the comments because, believe me, your opinion matters. And hey, while you're at it, don't forget to hit that like button, share this video with your fellow Cowboys fans, and make sure to subscribe to the channel. Trust me, you won't want to miss any of the latest Cowboys news, rumors, and updates. Hit that notification bell too, so you're always in the loop. Thanks for watching, folks. Let's keep rooting for those Dallas Cowboys to come back stronger than ever. Go, Cowboys!